Hey, viewers, George here to do a first impression talking bit on this game, Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare. You know, when this game was announced, originally it was first announced for the Xbox One, and then eventually said it was going to come to the 360. But when they said it was coming to the Xbox One, I was like, oh, well, I guess I have a reason you're on Xbox One, because this game looked really interesting, where they're going to take a well-known franchise like Plants vs. Zombies and put it into a third-person shooter, which just seemed very bizarre and wouldn't quite work. But so they said they're bringing to Xbox One. I'll go grab it when it comes out, and slightly disappointed, but it's a little hard to be disappointed at a game that when it comes out, its new release price is like $30 because it's really cheap for a new game. But there's a lot about this game. It just feels very unfinished in some places, and like they've left a lot out, but they tried to put a lot in. It's a hard thing to explain. So this game is multiplayer only. I mean, there is a single player proportion to it, but it's not like anything big or anything. It's just fighting waves of zombies while you're playing as the Plants faction, and that's called Garden Ops. And you can play that with like 3 other people, I think. Yeah, and it's actually not that bad of a mode. It's actually pretty fun. Garden Warfare. I didn't have any problems with it. Control wise, the controls work pretty good. There's nothing where it's like, this doesn't make any sense, why would they do this for the controls or anything like that, so that's a good thing. There are 2 other modes you can play in besides Garden Ops. One is called Graveyard vs. Gardens, which is essentially like a capture the flag or claiming territory kind of thing, where the plants are trying to protect territory while the zombies are trying to take them over. It's an okay mode. It's a lot of fun as you participate in it quite heavily compared to other games like Call of Duty or something like that that have these kind of modes in it. I find like in this one you're participating a hell of a lot more because everything just seems a lot more compact. The maps aren't huge and spread out. Things are just confined to spaces, and it works really well for it. The other mode is just a standard team deathmatch kind of thing, where your team's trying to kill 50 members of the other team. Nothing big. It works. I had fun with it for the most part. The neat thing about this game is each team has 4 different characters you can play as. Each of those 8 characters, next to having like upgrades to them, essentially, are unique and different from each other, which was a surprising thing. Like on the plant side, you have the Sunflower, whose main thing is healing the other teammates, but the zombies don't have a character that does healing. And there's like other examples of that, like there's a scientist character on the zombie side, but none of the plant side doesn't have an equivalent to that character. And that's really neat, because it creates like these cons and pros between choosing not only what character, but what team. Do you prefer the team that has a bit more of a like a healing character, or you prefer a team that has a bit more of a heavy artillery? It's actually really neat, and I really did not expect it from this game, in all honesty. This game is so fucking buggy, it is not even funny. There's been multiple times where I've experienced glitches. I've looked around, other people are experiencing a lot of glitches with this game. A lot of ones I haven't even seen yet either. And that's not good, even for a $30 game. I don't expect glitches in games. Some of the ones that I experienced, one of the big ones that I can't seem to get rid of for the life of me was, there's a screen where you get to customize your characters. You can throw some like various objects on them and make them unique to yourself. So I go to the screen just to add a few new things I grabbed, and I don't even know how to explain it, but it was just completely messed up. Like, the character didn't appear where they're supposed to, but the reflection of them appeared down there, and you could barely see that. The background was, in the wrong place. The ground was like all messed up. Like, it's hard for me to explain, but I've never seen something so glitchy. Even Girl Fighter was not this messed up, and that game was pretty bad. Another neat thing that I was surprised at for a game made by EA that they didn't do is there's no microtransactions, and this game lends itself very well to that idea, so I'm really happy that they didn't go down that route, because it'd be like, oh, if I pay cash, I do better in the game. And what I mean by that is when you play the game, you get coins, and you spend these coins at the shop where you get these card packs, which will contain like various accessories or like character stickers to unlock a new upgrade to your current characters, which is really cool. I really like that. So the more you play, the more you gain from it, the more experience, better you get. Like, there's a leveling system, but it doesn't seem to affect anything other than to say, I played this game for so long, or I'm this good at this game. Beyond that, there's nothing really else to say. The game's okay. If I had paid any more than what I did, I'd be very disappointed, but this game is still... There's a lot of very unfinished things, and I mean, for the most part, the glitches that I've experienced and the ones I've seen people talking about are definitely fixable through updates and patches, so hopefully they fix them. They should fix them. It's an okay game. There's only 3 modes, but for those 3 modes, they're actually a lot of fun, and there's actually a community to it, which surprised me, and it's a cheap game. So, yeah, with all else I had done, until next time, keep on gaming.